The following podcast contains mature subject matter, adult themes, and may also contain profanity. You have been warned.
Hi everyone, hi and welcome back to The Absurd. I don't know why that just made Mel laugh, but she instantly started laughing.
It was the way you said it. You're like, hi.
Oh, it's
It's
nothing
very
like
high
that.
pitched.
Hey, like, ugh. Nothing like that. Hey, that's Mel, by the way.
That's me.
Yeah, don't pay
Anyway,
any
I
attention to
interrupted
her.
your spiel,
Yeah,
so
you
go
did.
ahead.
Spiel wrecker.
Get your spiely out.
Oh, it's out. It's so hot. It's hot in here, y'all. Oh, there she is, fanning herself with my Harvey's coupons again. Do you like Harvey's?
I do. They have fantastic poutine.
They do, don't they? For a fast food place.
Yeah, their
And-
buffalo chicken poutine.
Oh yeah.
Very good.
How do you get a buffalo and a chicken to mate?
I don't know. You have to ask them.
Well, who? The buffalo or the Harveys?
Harvey's.
Oh right. And they got good burgers.
Yeah, they're okay.
No, they're not okay. They're good burgers.
Okay.
They're better than McDonald's. They're better than Burger King. They're
I
not
don't
as
know if I've ever had a Harvey's burger.
well. Then how can you say they're okay? They're good, dude.
No, I have.
Well-
I have. Oh, no, I did.
Little
Because
bit
I found
confused,
them very salty. Very salty. Like, more so than any other fast food burger.
Did you put salt on your burger?
No, I didn't put salt on my burger.
I've never
Are
found
you
that.
mad?
Mad as in like angry or mad as in blah, 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 blah. Because the answer to either, well, definitely not angry. I might be a little on the latter. I don't know. Huh?
Are you mad? Do you want to talk about it?
No, I'm not mad. I said I'm not angry.
Oh.
Don't push me. No, you're mistaken. You should try Harvey's. I'll tell you what. I don't know when those coupons expire,
I don't know.
but
I don't want to lose my fan.
no, I'm not taking them from you. You can fan yourself with it.
They expire July 13th.
What an odd time to expire.
Yeah.
Okay, well, if opportunity presents itself, I will take you to Harvey's. And
Okay.
You will have a hamburger, and you may have poutine if you like.
Yeah, that's a lot of food.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
I've never had Taco Bell either.
Really? Mm-hmm. Okay, well, I'm going to get in some trouble for this,
Yeah.
but I am of the opinion you're not missing much of anything.
Okay.
Like, it's not, it is what it is, right? It's bottom-end Mexican food.
Right.
And I really like Mexican food.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I love it. And if I was, well, not if, but when I was like in my 20s and I was drinking a lot, yeah, Taco Bell was awesome.
Yeah.
But, you know,
Yeah.
now
I've
that my
never-
palate's a little more evolved, it's like, whatever.
I mean, you've seen me have antojitos at Piper's
I have.
and what happens, so
I
I'm
have.
scared to have Taco Bell.
Well, yeah, you don't have one in town, do you?
Taco Bell? No.
Yeah. It's too bad. I bet you they open a Taco Bell KFC. That's how they do
That
them
would
now.
be awesome.
A combo.
I'm so sad we lost our KFC.
I
in
know.
Elmira.
So is the Mennonite community. Because they love KFC.
It's very expensive now.
No kidding. It is, man. Toonie Tuesday's $4. How does that happen?
Yeah, I don't know.
Ridiculous.
Like a family bucket is like $50 now.
Really?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I'd rather go to Mary Brown's anyway.
Same.
But anywho, yeah, I don't know. How do we get on that?
I
Oh,
don't
because
know.
you're fanning yourself with my Harvey's
Yeah.
coupons. Yeah, it is hot out here again today. Mm-hmm. Well, we're not out. We're in my abode. Looking out the balcony. It's nice blue skies, though.
Yeah.
You know?
Got to clean your window again, though.
I know. Shut up. I think it's supposed to rain most of this week. We're actually
Next
recording
week.
this
Oh.
a week
Yes.
early
Oh, yes, we are. So you are correct. Yes.
because,
it could change by then.
yeah, we can't make it next Monday. We can't get together to record next week. So we're doing 2 episodes recording tonight. Yeah. And Mel is enjoying one of my beers that I bought
So good.
actually not just for her, but very much with her in mind.
Oh.
I know. Don't let it go to your head.
Look at
And then I might have a couple tomorrow night with my chicken wings I'm making for what hopefully won't be the last game of the Stanley Cup Finals. Go Edmonton.
yes.
I'm
I'm going to on a girls' trip,
so where?
which is
Edmonton?
part of the reason why we won't be able to record next week.
Where are you going?
Did you say Edmonton?
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to Edmonton.
Oh.
I'm going to Lambton Shores.
Yeah. Oh, by Sarnia.
No.
Lake
Like Grand
Erie.
Bend?
Oh, yeah, but it's well south.
No.
Isn't
It's
it?
like 5-minute
Lambton.
drive.
Why is it called Lambton way up there?
Uh-huh.
That's dumb. Are you renting a cottage or something?
An Airbnb.
Okay, so the answer is yes.
Right on the beach.
Really?
Yeah.
You going to go in the water?
Yeah, why not?
It won't be real warm yet.
Yeah, but, after a few drinks, it won't really matter.
Nobody ever died from
I
hypothermia.
do all sorts of dumb stuff when I have some drinks.
Yeah, remember if you listened to last week's story to hear the incident about her ankle. Yeah, that's a dumb story.
Yeah. Yes, because I had some drinks. I don't
Right.
think I even said that.
Tearing
When I
all the
talked about it.
ligaments, getting into a vehicle.
Uh-huh. Yay. Yay me.
That's like, I don't know, falling up the stairs. I mean, it happens, but it's really dumb.
But yes, I am very much looking forward to my trip.
Well, that's nice.
To just not be responsible for anything but myself and my bad choices.
Which are nothing.
I'm going to have all the things that make my body and brain not think.
We have potato chips?
Will we have potato chips? Of course we will.
Okay, good. Speaking of potato chips,
Yes.
those Lay's lime and sea salt ones,
Oh, yeah.
over the top good, dude.
Yeah?
People say the buffalo ones are good, and they are, but they're a sad companion.
Okay. I'm going to have to
Yeah.
pick some up.
Oh, dude, do it. You'll be sorry if you don't.
I'll get some for the weekend.
You better.
All right.
But see, keep them in your own bedroom. Do you get your own bedroom?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so keep a bag in there so the others don't get them.
That's our rule now when we go away.
Get your own room?
Yep.
Damn right.
We always pick a place where we have our own room. We're too old to share rooms and beds and all that stuff like we used to do.
100%.
Right? Because when we first started doing these trips, it was about 16, 17 years ago. And we used to all be in the same hotel room. Because it was kind of before Airbnb was the thing, right?
Yep.
But it was fine. And then as we just kind of evolved over time, now it's like, no, we have to have our own room.
Own room.
And it's lovely. We're
Yeah,
all in the same understanding. If you want to go to bed early, if you want to, sleep in, we don't care. There's no
Right.
agenda. We just go.
You want to have a quiet place.
Yep.
Yeah, I get it.
Yep.
I'm with it. I'm
And
down
then
with
just
it.
drink all day.
I'm
It's
up
great.
with it. Yeah. Beer? You going to be drinking beer all week? And?
Beer, and I'm really into those Simply lemonades right now.
Oh, God.
They're very good.
Hey, do you have a sous vide? You know what I'm talking
A
about?
what?
A sous vide?
A sous vide.
Okay, so my Instant Pot that I bought, it's a, hey, that rhymed, which is also an air fryer. It's also a sous vide. So that's a preferred way now to make steaks. It
Oh.
actually goes into a sealed bag and then goes into hot water.
Okay.
And it takes a while, but it cooks the steak, and then you reverse sear it. So when you take it out and it's cooked, you brown it in a hot pan to sear it, to give it brown and coating on the outside.
Yeah.
This is apparently amongst the best ways to make a steak. And even steakhouses now do it.
Really?
But I saw a recipe on Reddit to make margaritas in a sous vide. So you put all the ingredients in the bag, like every bit of ingredient, and it takes like a couple of hours. You then take it out. You got to let the bag cool first before you open it. But it infuses everything. Like the cucumbers, you put cucumbers in it. You put, obviously, lime in it.
Sounds delicious.
I know. And I very much want to try this.
Well, let me know when you do.
Maybe I'll have it for our recording night sometime.
Okay.
Wowoo.
I love that.
Who doesn't love it?
We probably won't do that because that sounds like a lot of work.
Oh, and this weekend?
Yeah.
Well, you probably don't have a sous vide either.
No.
Right. So anyway, moving along. Shall I begin with the story?
You shall.
We're going back in time.
Ooh.
This is actually before you were born, which
It's a sad day in history.
Before you were born?
Yeah.
Well, it's surprising we even have records of such. so, so long ago. I think it was found on some old parchment in a cave.
Yeah, all right. Just get on with it.
Okay. So on Thursday, July 15th, 1976, 55-year-old school bus driver Frank Edward Ray was transporting 26 Dairyland Elementary School students home. The children had spent the day on a summer class trip to the Chowchilla Fairgrounds swimming pool. At approximately 4 p.m., a van drove into the bus's path and blocked the road. Ray stopped, and 3 men with nylon stockings covering their faces exited the van and hijacked the bus.
Oh, no.
One of the men pointed a gun at Ray, a second drove the bus, and the third followed in the van. The kidnappers drove to Berenda Slough, a shallow branch of the Chowchilla River, where they hid the bus. They retrieved a second van they had hidden nearby. Both vans had been modified by the kidnappers to transport their victims. The rear windows had been painted black, and the interiors were insulated with soundproof paneling. The kidnappers ordered Ray and the children into the vans, then drove them to the California Rock and Gravel Quarry in Livermore, roughly 110 miles, 180 kilometers, from the fairgrounds. In the early morning hours of July 16th, the victims were forced at gunpoint to climb down a ladder through a hatch and into an underground bunker.
Oh, my gosh.
The kidnappers...
These are elementary students?
Yep.
Oh, my God.
And some were very young.
Oh.
The kidnappers had buried a truck trailer and converted it into a bunker equipped with ventilation and a pit toilet, and stocked with several mattresses and a small amount of food and water. As the victims climbed from the van into the bunker, the kidnappers wrote the name and age of each child on a Jack-in-the-Box hamburger wrapper. Once the victims were inside, the kidnappers removed the ladder, covered the hatch with a heavy piece of sheet metal, weighted it with 2 45-kilogram industrial batteries, and buried the opening.
Oh, my God.
After several hours, Ray and the older children stacked the mattresses to reach the hatch. As Ray lifted the hatch, 14-year-old Michael Marshall wedged a piece of wood into the opening, moved the sheet metal and batteries, and they dug away the remainder of the debris covering the entrance. 16 hours after being imprisoned, Ray and the children climbed out of the bunker and walked to the quarry's guard shack. Alameda's county sheriffs took the victims to Santa Rita Jail, the nearest facility with medical staff. Jail doctors and EMTs examined and treated them and gave them food and water, while the sheriffs took down statements and descriptions of the kidnappers. The victims were then driven back to their families in Chowchilla. On July 16th, the same day they were kidnapped, telephone lines to the Chowchilla Police Department were jammed with calls from media and frantic families. The kidnappers, therefore, were unable to issue their $5 million ransom demand, equivalent to $27.6 million in 2024. They decided to call back later, but fell asleep. When they awoke later in the evening, they saw television news reports that the victims had freed themselves and were safe. Meanwhile, local law enforcement and the FBI had immediately begun investigating 20-year-old Frederick Newell Woods V, the son of Frederick Nickerson Woods III, owner of the California Rock and Gravel Quarry. That's where they took them. It was discovered that the younger Woods had keys to the quarry, unlimited access, and free use of its facilities. Additionally, Woods and 2 friends, brothers James and Richard Schoenfield, aged 24 and 22 respectively, had been previously convicted of motor vehicle theft, for which they were sentenced to probation. That was almost a snuff. Warrants for the arrest of Woods and the 2 Schoenfield brothers were issued. 8 days after the kidnapping, Richard Schoenfield voluntarily surrendered to authorities. 2 weeks later, his brother James was arrested in Menlo Park. Later the same day, Woods was arrested by the RCMP in Vancouver, British Columbia. James Schoenfield later stated that despite coming from wealthy families, both he and Woods were deeply in debt. We needed multiple victims to get multiple millions, and we picked children because children are precious. The state would be willing to pay ransom for them, and they don't fight back. They're vulnerable. They will mind. All three pleaded guilty to kidnapping for ransom and robbery, but refused to enter a guilty plea to infliction of bodily harm, as a conviction on that count, in conjunction with the kidnapping, carried a mandatory sentence of life in prison without the possibility of parole. They were tried on the bodily harm charge, found guilty, and given the mandatory sentence, but their convictions were overturned by an appellate court, which found that physical injuries sustained by the children, mostly cuts and bruises, did not meet the standard for bodily harm under the law. They were resentenced to life with the possibility of parole. Richard Schoenfield was released in 2012, and James Schoenfield was paroled on August 7, 2015. This gets funky, even funkier here. In 2016, a workers' compensation lawsuit filed against Woods revealed that he had been running several businesses, including a gold mine and a car dealership, from behind bars, without notifying prison authorities. The heir to two wealthy California families, the Newells and the Woods, he inherited a trust fund from his parents that was described in one court filing as being worth $100 million, equivalent to $131 million in 2024, although Woods' lawyer disputed that amount. In October 2019, Woods was denied parole for the 19th time. Over the years, reasons given for the denials included the continued minimization of the crime as well as disciplinary infractions for possession of contraband pornography and cell phones while in prison. Woods married 3 times while in prison.
What?
And purchased a mansion about half an hour away.
Oh my God.
In March 2022, a panel of 2 commissioners recommended Woods for parole. The recommendation required the approval of the full parole board, the board's legal division, and California's Governor Gavin Newsom, who's the governor right now. They asked the board to consider the decision, but it was affirmed. On August 17, 2022, it was reported that Woods' parole had been granted, and he was to be released from prison. What do you think of that?
Jeepers.
It's a long prison sentence. Like the shortest one was like 36 years.
Yeah, that's still a long time.
Damn straight it is.
God.
I know. God.
Those poor children.
Yeah, and
Scary.
I did listen to an episode, I don't remember which podcast it was, but the bus driver was a bloody hero. Like, what he was all doing to comfort the children, and, see them all through it, and he was completely treated as, like, a hero.
As he should be.
Damn straight. Yeah, absolutely.
As he should be. My goodness. And to be, like, he's the adult, right?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Oh, my gosh. I can't.
It's big. It's big.
I think of like my own kids or something being caught in a situation like that, and just the fear, and not even counting being a parent and knowing your kid's gone somewhere else.
Yeah.
But anyway, that was my whole takeaway of that story.
But
apparently.
it's interesting because nobody really knew they were even kidnapped because these guys couldn't get through to the police department to issue their demands.
Right.
And it was pretty obvious they weren't looking to kill the children or even hurt them. I'm not minimizing the trauma.
Right.
But they gave them food and water. They didn't bury them there with the intent of leaving them. Right?
Right.
So, but yeah, no, it would suck. So, yeah, man. There you go.
Wow.
Don't be afraid of school buses, though. School buses are good.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
You got a story for us?
Sure.
What are you gonna tell us about?
Well. Do you know, like, can you play music instrument? Like your guitar over here, can you play it?
Yeah.
Like, you know how to play?
Yeah, and I can play some piano.
Can you?
I took piano lessons as a kid.
Oh, I don't think I knew that.
Well, you do now.
Oh,
Make sure when you go home.
This was just here for looks.
Yeah, I paid $350 for it just for looks. Yeah, when you go home, And obviously you write in your diary every night. Put
yeah.
that in there that I play piano, because if you ever ask me again if I play an instrument, there's going to be bad trouble.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, in the 17th to 19th century, you could have been punished for playing bad music.
It should still happen today.
Yeah, well, yes.
There'll be a lot of people in jail.
That's very true. In the past, they didn't have the luxury of noise-canceling headphones or headphones that could be plugged into instruments. And soundproofing wasn't even researched until the 19th century. So for some people, the problem of bad musicians was a very serious issue. So let's think about it.
Yeah.
Back then, musicians would probably be traveling from town to town, busking in the streets. The locals would be forced to listen to anything that they would be playing, from beautiful music to ear-piercing rubbish.
No.
It was such a serious issue that someone invented the shame flute
Ooh, I like it.
to try and ward off these bad musicians. The shame flute dates back to the 17th century and was used as a public humiliation device in countries such as Austria, Germany, and Switzerland. The contraption was usually made with iron in the shape of a clarinet, which is kind of weird because it was
A flute.
a flute. It had a neck clamp on one end, so it would go around your neck and it would clamp on,
Damn.
hence clamp.
Yeah.
And then there's 8 slots for 4 fingers.
Okay.
So your hand would go around this flute,
Yeah.
and then a piece would come down over top, locking your
Oh.
hands to the flute.
Jeez.
Yes. So what would happen is they would lock the shame flute around your neck and clamp your fingers down in the holes, making it look like you're playing the shame flute.
Okay.
But it wouldn't actually play.
Okay.
It was just like an iron.
Yeah, an inconvenience.
Yes.
Sucked.
They would parade you around town or chain you up to a pole in the center of a town so locals could verbally abuse you
Jeez.
or throw stuff at you, which could be rotten vegetables, rocks, and sometimes
Rocks?
they would do both.
Wow.
They would parade you around town for a bit, then chain you up to a pole. And in severe cases, they would even strip you naked before doing any of this, which is
Damn.
just crazy.
Yeah.
It was also believed to be used to punish minor crimes as well as other busking activities such as juggling or dancing.
Juggling? Juggling is awesome.
Apparently, you could be really bad at juggling.
Well, granted, I
So
am.
you get the shame flute.
I can juggle one thing at a time.
Can you?
Yeah.
I don't want to know. But to be quite honest, it doesn't even seem like a really bad punishment. The only thing I'd really worry about is how hard they would clamp your fingers down.
Damn right.
Or if it cuts off your circulation.
Yeah, I need my circulation.
So, here's a question for you, Rod.
Okay, Mel.
Who are some people that need to wear this shameful flute?
Do they have to be in this room?
I don't play bad music. Okay, that's not true. Well, okay. I may play music in my car that you may not like, but I
Personally, right.
can't play anything.
You
so.
can't play any instruments?
No.
Did you never learn anything, like even recorder?
Violin.
Oh, yeah, did you really?
I did.
That's
and
awesome,
I hated
dude.
it.
Oh, violin's a great instrument. It's not a good instrument for learning. Like, I mean, you gotta learn it, right, if you want to play it. But I mean, piano, yeah, it's gonna sound broken and staggered.
Yeah.
But the notes always sound like the notes. Not on violin.
No.
Right?
I did 2 years of violin
No?
because my mom wanted me to.
You still
And I-
have it?
No.
Is that the only instrument you ever picked up?
I know some stuff on piano, just self-taught,
Yeah.
and I know how to play Amazing Grace on the accordion.
Do you really?
Yes, I do.
On the accordion.
On the accordion.
I can
Because
never.
my mom played the accordion
Does
in
she
church.
have an accordion
right?
still?
She does.
Really?
Yeah. So she played it in church for like as long as I can remember.
Yeah.
And then she had a smaller one that she had bought, and
Yeah.
then she taught me how to play Amazing Grace on the accordion.
So even
It's a cool instrument.
even the
man.
smaller one is an accordion. Like it's got the
Yep,
keys
yep,
and the squeeze.
The keys and the squeeze.
Yeah,
Yes,
not bad,
and
huh?
it's got, I don't remember what you call them, but you've got your piano keys, and
Yep.
then you've got your, whatever
Buttons.
those are called.
Yeah, I don't get it. It's a weird instrument, dude. You gotta wonder
It's
how.
cool.
Oh yeah, I don't
It's
dislike
really cool. Like, it doesn't get enough credit for what it is.
it. Well, I think it probably gets more than enough credit, really, doesn't it?
it's really cool
No,
because
it's not
trying
bad.
to sound those weird buttons on the side to
Yeah.
the keys and the squeeze
Yeah.
at the same time.
Oh, I
It's
bet you it's not
impressive.
an easy instrument to play. I think my
It's
mother
cool.
played a bit of it. I have a friend, Pete. I'm pretty sure he doesn't listen to the show. He wanted to learn a music instrument as a kid, and his mother insisted he learn accordion. And he wanted to learn drums. And I'm like, well, I mean, any instrument opens up your doors for learning other instruments. It's like languages.
Yeah.
Right? Once you can speak a second language, a third one becomes easier, and the fourth, and so on.
Once you know how to read music and stuff.
Can you read music?
I can't.
I used to be able to. I'm going to have to teach myself again. I certainly could when I was younger.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. That was a good story.
Yeah.
Thanks, eh?
The shame flute.
I
Buy
like
one.
it. But you asked me who would I like. Do you mean?
Oh,
like,
yes.
Oh my God, man! My list would be tremendous.
First one that pops in your mind.
Well, do you know what song I hate more than I think any song ever?
Please tell me so I can have it on tap. For
I
next
will
time.
destroy you. I think it's just called the "Oh No" song.
The "Oh No"
Oh
song.
no! Oh no! Oh no! No! You know that?
Yeah, I do.
Because it's only a line from an early '60s song, which is a beautiful song.
Yeah.
Called I think it's called "Walking in the." No, remember. Walking in the Sand.
Okay.
And you would know it. I absolutely guarantee. But whoever this squawk box is who's ever doing that song, they only use that line over and over and over again. It's like, shut
Is it
up.
like a full song, though?
Yeah, I think so.
Or is it just sort of a
sound
bite that TikTok
No,
is
because when
adopted?
I worked at the COVID clinics and we had god-awful chime on, I would rather end my life than ever. It was all day.
Yeah. I'm
not kidding, man. And Christmas time, when it was all Christmas music, I was hoping someone would come in and shoot me. Like, I don't even care what their problem was. Like, if you don't do this, I'll shoot you. Do it.
Do it.
Get it over with.
Yeah.
No, it's a whole song. And but that's only the beginning. Cardi B is another one. Pretty much all contemporary pop music.
I hate pop music, so I am with you because none of them can sing.
But there has been good pop music in music history, and I don't mean just from my era. Past week I haven't been able to get "Tearing Up My Heart" and "Bye Bye Bye" out of my head. I think they're great tunes.
They are.
I really like them. That's pop music.
Yeah.
But no, piss off.
Yeah.
Agreed. It's my turn now, isn't it?
It's your turn.
Let's go. Let's go. Do you like dogs? You have a dog.
I have a dog.
There was a time, though, before Mel had her dog, that she was absolutely repulsed at the mere suggestion of a dog licking her face. And I remember saying, like, well, I remember how this came about, but you were like, I'll puke on your shoes if that happens.
Yep.
When I said that I would want to watch that happen.
Gross.
It'd be hilarious.
Yeah.
But you do like dogs.
I do.
Yeah. Me too.
I like mine anyways.
All dogs are, unless they're bitey. Okay, so from millions in real estate to jet setting around the globe, the world's richest dog is rolling in the dough. Is that right? No. Gunther the Sixth is a German shepherd with a net worth of $400 million. It sounds too good to be true, but Gunther is the heir to his grandfather Gunther III's fortune, also a German shepherd, who was owned by mysterious German Countess Carlotta Liebenstein.
Wow.
Before the Countess died in 1992, she left her $80 million estate in the paws of the pooch. She didn't have a living heir after her son's tragic death. Although we know German Shepherds are among the smartest breeds, it's unlikely a dog can be trained in finance. So the Countess left Gunther's fortune in the hands of Italian pharmaceutical heir Maurizio Mian, a friend of the Countess' late son. Now, 30 years later, Mian has built a lucrative and lavish empire for Gunther's descendants, including a $7.5 million Miami mansion he purchased from Madonna on Gunther's behalf, which was then sold for a profit of $29 million. Solid. Wow. Under Mian's care, Gunther's original $80 million inheritance has grown to a whopping $400 million, but not without cost. Netflix is set to unpack the unbelievable tale and the questionable handling of Gunther's assets in a new 4-part investigative docuseries, Gunther's Millions, premiering this coming February. Okay, before Gunther's bloodline fell into the hands of Muzio Mian, the Italian entrepreneur was known as the heir to the successful pharmaceutical company Istituto Gentile, which was instrumental in developing a treatment for osteoporosis. After going to medical school, Mian became a university professor before assuming the position of Gunther's handler. Under Mian's care, the Gunther Trust was established and now owns several businesses and corporations, including the Burgundians, an entertainment group comprised of rotating aspiring models who sing and dance for the lucky dog.
Wow.
Sounds like a good life to me. Is the tale of Gunther's Millions real? Based on a glance at Mian's suspicious resume, the entrepreneur's credibility is questionable. As it turns out, the story behind Gunther's riches is a farce that Mian created to avoid Italian tax laws. Of course. Furthermore, Fox Business notes that there is no evidence that a countess ever existed, and other reports claim that there might be more than one Gunther among us. Additional reports also show that Mian tended to inflate and change his stories to the press over the years. Although Gunther's past might be made up, Gunther V is very much real and currently lives in Italy. He has a very nice life and is very well taken care of. Now, how does Gunther spend his money, you ask, Mel? While it's not exactly clear how Gunther amassed his great fortune or how he swipes his credit cards with his paws, he definitely isn't roughing it. See what I did there?
I got it.
The Hound, it's not a hound. The Hound has an entire staff that waits on his needs, including a private chef who presents him with gold flake-covered steaks and both a legal and public relations team. He is also protected by a security team and often visits a high-end groomer.
Wow.
Additionally,
It's a good life.
it isn't a bad life. It's a dog's life. Additionally, the film's executive producer told Fox that Gunther's handlers are always looking to expand his empire, and they are currently discussing a digital collection that will allow fans to digitally interact with the pooch. Oh, I can't wait to do that. Furthermore, Gunther is said to own multiple mansions and villas, and he prefers to fly private over commercial flights.
Sure. I'm sure he knows that, too.
Oh, wow.
Like, the food's not so good here. They serve milk bone here.
Yeah, I don't like the milk
Not
bone.
like, I don't know what the fancy ones are.
I have a friend who listens, and I won't say his name, but he would eat milk bones.
Really?
Yeah, like not as like dinner, but like if you said, "Hey, dude, do you really eat milk bones?" He'd be like, "Yeah, I need to eat a milk bone."
Well, I mean, there's nothing bad in it. It's not going to hurt you.
Probably not. I mean, might be old Chinese newspapers
Well,
and glass. He used to also bring me pieces of KFC that his family had for lunch, and in exchange, I would give him vanilla cookies. I think I got the better part of that trade. Know what I'm saying?
KFC.
Yeah, we talked about that already, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Was that last episode?
I don't remember.
Me neither. You were talking about Taco Bell.
Right.
Yeah, so that's Gunther.
Oh, Gunther.
Gunther.
My dog don't make that kind of money.
How do you know?
Well, she didn't tell me. So.
That's the key.
Yeah.
Maybe you should check. Does she have a doghouse?
No.
Oh, you could check in there and see if there's
I'll
like
look
a
under her
portfolio.
bed cushions.
Yeah, she probably has a safe somewhere.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, old with good bones in it.
Yeah.
Hey, you know that? You ever seen that thing about why dogs lick our faces?
No.
Because there's bones in there and they want them.
Oh, gross. Ugh.
Okay, you got a story.
Yuck. Anyways.
We want it. Tell us a story, Uncle Mel. Aunt Mel.
Uncle Mel.
Sorry, let's take that back. Tell me a story, Mel.
All right.
Thanks.
I got another torture story.
You're really into torture.
I'm in
okay?
a dark place.
You angry or anything? Planning on hurting somebody?
I'll never tell.
Well, hopefully.
The Heretic's Fork was conceived during a time when religious conformity was not only enforced, but passionately pursued.
So,
This device was particularly associated with the Spanish Inquisition.
the Inquisition.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
A period marked by intolerance and the quest to eradicate any beliefs that deviated from the official doctrines of the church.
Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition.
No.
You
No,
don't
no.
get it.
No.
Somebody
Okay.
will.
Somebody will, I'm sure.
I hope so.
The design of the Heretic's fork was simple, but yet brutally effective, consisting of a metal fork with 2 sharp prongs on both ends.
Both ends.
On both ends.
Golly.
A leather strap around the middle to tie around your neck.
Oh.
It was intended to be worn around the neck of the accused. One prong was positioned under the chin,
Yes.
and the other against the chest to ensure that the victim's head was held upright,
I don't like
preventing them from lying down or sleeping.
I hate it.
So they put it on, and it's like up into your neck. Here. Oh my God, I can't even.
Yeah, no, I don't like it.
The Heretic's fork was not meant to inflict visible wounds or immediate physical harm. Instead, its insidious, that's the perfect word.
It is.
Insidious purpose lay in the physiological and psychological torment it inflicted. Victims of this device were forced into an uncomfortable position. Should their head drop due to exhaustion, the sharp prongs would pierce the throat and chest, inducing pain and discomfort.
I bet.
The Heretic's fork was symbolic in the broader spectrum of torture methods that were employed. Its use was designed to extract confessions, break the will of the accused, and enforce obedience to religious authority. This tool of torment was not limited to heretics alone. It was also used against those who were suspected of witchcraft and other perceived transgressions.
Including midwives.
In midwives?
Witch trials and Spanish Inquisition.
Jeez.
With midwives were targeted.
That's crazy to me.
Pretty
I
much
mean,
everyone,
all
I
of
hope.
it's- Yeah.
Yeah.
While the Heretic's fork may appear to be an artifact of the distant past, its memory continues to haunt collective consciousness. Its legacy stands as a testament to the depths of cruelty that humans are capable of inflicting upon one another in the name of ideology and power. The Heretic's fork serves as a solemn reminder of the importance of safeguarding individual rights and freedom of thought. The Heretic's fork is a stark symbol of the darkness that can lurk beneath the veneer of the societal norms.
Wow.
Its grim history challenges us to reflect on the value of compassion, tolerance, and understanding in our own time. Well, that kind of fits to what's going on right now.
Yeah,
But anyway, I
that's,
digress. But yeah, that's some serious stuff. I was looking at there's a museum in LA called the Medieval Torture Museum.
Cool.
And I was looking at some of the pictures.
Yeah.
Where they use this device. I want to go to this museum. It looks really cool and terrifying.
Yeah.
But they had like mannequins, for lack of a better term, situated using like some of these torture devices that they'd have, and there was one for that, and I'm like, oh my
For the
God,
Heretic's fork.
yes! I'm like, I can't even fathom, like even just to swallow would pierce you.
Yeah.
So a lot of people would drown on their own saliva because they can't even swallow it. Because it would dig into your Adam's apple.
Well, it makes you, or in a woman's case,
Yes.
not.
Yes, I know. But
But yeah, you got to wonder the people who came up with these ideas. And these were
awful?
church people.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like,
awful.
how about just hit them?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like the Heretic's fork was a bad time for sure.
Yes.
See what I did there? Tine.
I got it.
See, that's what you call
Tine. Yes.
You know what it is?
Yes.
Okay.
Tyne. Tine.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's part of the fork.
I got it.
Okay.
Thanks for that.
If I could spend time in a bottle. Anyway, yeah, we talked before we started recording about doing an episode on various torture methods throughout history. And while we both came up with the idea, and I mentioned when I asked Mel what kind of stories she had today, and she alluded to, being medieval torture stories. I'm like, oh man, I want to do an episode on that.
Yes.
And then
let's
she's
do
like,
it.
so would I. So we're
Let's do it.
gonna figure a way to put it together
Yes.
where we don't know one another's subject matter.
Yes.
Right. So that we both go, which is always the case with our stories.
Yep.
Like I will ask her just to give me a Cole's Notes, not even a Cole's Notes, like a 1-sentence description.
Yeah.
Just so that we don't come with the same story.
Yeah.
Right, because that would suck. Yeah, so we're going to do that.
Yeah.
Torture time.
I love it. Well, I don't.
Stop.
But
Torture time. Do, 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 do. You know what I'm talking about?
hammer time.
Yeah, dude.
I gotcha.
Them big old parachute pants. Did you ever have a pair of those?
No, I
Really?
don't. No.
I'm thinking of getting some. Are
You
they still in?
Yeah, sure.
They're
Like
not.
jumpsuits. You can get like jumpsuits are in right now.
Not an orange
And they
one.
have like the baggy, crotchy area.
Ooh, I like a bit. Never mind. See, I like a baggy crotch. Actually, I don't. No, because that really sucks. Yeah. Ooh, doggy.
Anyway,
Yeah. So that was there was some pain involved in.
there was some pain.
in this episode, eh?
Yeah,
Like the anguish and terror of the poor school
I
children,
know.
and the heretic's fork.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, fork you. And what was what was your other torture thing again?
You're gonna make me.
Oh, the flute.
Yeah,
the
it's the
shame
flute. The flute. Yeah.
I'm gonna look into that.
Yeah.
I gotta find
The
a
shame
picture of
flute.
that too. Or what? Isn't that what I said?
Yeah. Shame
Okay.
flute.
Phew. I'm gonna look for a picture of that.
You should.
Well, I'm going to.
Yeah. You know what else people should do?
No.
Go check us out on socials.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, like TikTok and Instagram and Facebook.
Facebook. Yeah. All the things.
And we're on all the streams too.
Yes, we are.
Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube. Blah, blah, blah.
Go check us out. Give
These
us
are-
5 stars. Go to all of them and give us 5 stars.
Yeah, and share
Yeah.
with your friends and
You
peoples.
should.
They'll like us.
They-
Pretty sure they will.
Yeah,
I hope they do.
You know, if you guys like us, then maybe they'll like us.
Yeah, you say nice things about us, eh?
You should.
Okay, well, thanks everyone for stopping by.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're going to go grab ourselves a bite now.
No, we're not.
Yeah, we are. Like, not bite one another, but I mean.
Oh, that's what I thought you meant.
No, biting some food
Oh, okay.
and drinking
Yeah,
some
let's
drink.
do it. I
Let's
like
do
it.
Arrgh. That was my stomach.
Okay, then.
All right. Well, you all stay good out. No, let's try that again. Well, you all take care of yourselves and one another, please.
Toodaloo.
Arrivederci.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
The Absurd Podcast is written, produced, and recorded by Rod and Mal. Music by Audionautics.com.